Why did legendary marketer, copywriter, and very humorous Dan Kennedy say the easy way to #1 on Google? Uh, Dan has been the author of much brilliant headline copy, and I was pretty sure that that was not a Dan Kennedy headline, the easy way to #1 on Google. So, of course, it got my attention, and I opened it up, and there was an email from Dan, and I saw right away that he was part of an affiliate marketing program, and he was offering in an affiliate relationship. They were mixing lists, his list, and well, I went on to find out uh, quickly, about 4 paragraphs in, that the list, well, the project belonged to none other than Ryan Dice, and I had seen the promotion many times before, but I wanted to really take a good look at it to see if Dan, well, I knew it was an affiliate marketing thing at that point. Anyway, I don't think Dan would be real happy, as a matter of fact, um, with the whole promotion. I don't think he read the copy, because one of the benefits that Ryan was selling for $7. Actually, yes, amazing news, $7 report, YouTube video #1 on Google 3 days flat. YouTube Google hack is what he calls it. Free traffic, great for. He's charging $7, and I guess Ryan is definitely, now I know he's a whole lot smarter than I am, because he'll probably sell 10,000 of those reports at $7 a piece is $70,000, and that's a lot of money to anybody. Not a whole lot of money to him, but um, he made the same. Well, then I followed that. I followed that whole, because now I was into Ryan, and I wanted to see what that was all about. Actually, what I did, I took the information, because we've got some, actually not #1 ranking on Google, but if you Google David Sparger or Small Biz David, there are Google listings in that search. And I was doing a study of that over the weekend to try to figure out what it was that was attracting Google's attention. Ryan, one of the things he probably says, well, you know that YouTube is owned by Google. Yes, it is. It actually is one of the most brilliant business investments made. Paid a lot of money for it, and they will get return on their investment. But it was a brilliant decision for them to purchase YouTube, because they knew that the world was headed towards video. Matter of fact, we did a YouTube just before the weekend, and we do video. Well, we don't actually do video chats, but I found out, following some search results, that video chat that Stickam.com does is, Google has found it, and placed it in my on my search page, because I do it. I don't actually do video chat, but that said, well, I need to do video chat, and the video chat technology belongs to Stickam.com. I've been doing live streaming on Stickam.com for over 3 years now, and I'm proud to say that more than 2 million page views were created in those 3+ years. But well, then I googled Ryan Dice. I wanted to see on YouTube. I did a YouTube search of Ryan Dice. I wanted to see. I knew he was doing some videos. I wanted to see some of the things he was, and he very clearly states, and he and I share the thought that all you really need in today's world to be in business, to have a business, to start a business, to grow your business, is a YouTube presence and a landing page. Now, in David's Barter community, we now have over 150 YouTube generating things that have been generated on YouTube that have been put into our community, and you can do the same thing. With here. So we tie YouTube together with our community landing pages very closely. We even it's very important in terms of search what words you use, and we have a formula, and those things are working. All you need to do is take a look at David's Barter, Google David's Barter, or Google Small Biz David, and just look at the different entries there, and you'll see all the various things that you've been doing, and keywords that you've been using. That's what it's all about. Is keywords. You know how important that is outside of our firewalls. We study people very, very closely, and inside of our firewalls, once you come into the community, you will get your way around the community by doing a local community search based upon the 749 keywords that I established 4 years ago when I wrote a book, How Do You Answer These 749 Questions About Your Small Business. Every question has keywords in it. That's what a question is. So we've taken those keywords and we created in the last 6 weeks probably 250 more small business keywords. And that's how you get around the community of those keywords. Very important concept. But I was saying as I was reading Ryan's sales promotion for his $7 product, one of the benefits is that you only need a brief description, so you have no need for expensive copywriters. And I wonder if Dan Kennedy actually read that line. He wouldn't be too happy because Dan Kennedy has established himself as, if not the top, very, very close to the top copy in terms of how much he gets for some of his copy. And I'll bet you didn't read that. Anyway, there's good information available. I started to say that Ryan's a whole lot smarter than I am. He's going to sell 10,000 of those at probably $7 a piece, $70,000, and I will give way more than that away. But it makes sense. He's absolutely right in what he says. It's YouTube and a landing page and tying them together. We take it one step further when we then tied very closely to our Google Plus information of the day. All of those links, all the same words. We do a lot of copying and pasting of copy from one environment to another to another. There's three different technologies that we are getting all of our information integrated with. So there was a one final story about Dan Kennedy. I've been following Dan for years. I don't know how many, and I've probably bought a half a dozen of his books. One of my favorites is his No BS Business Success the ultimate no holds barred, kick butt, take no prisoners, tough and spirited guy. And Dan does all those things. He's as good as it gets with all of those different kinds of approaches. There's this avatar, if you will. It does actually. Well, at any rate, a friend of mine told me that he was going to be Dan Kennedy was going to be speaking in Indianapolis. And, Indianapolis is a couple hours away, probably about 2.5 hours away for me to drive. I said, you know what? I'm going to drive to Indianapolis to go listen to Dan Kennedy. So I did, and I listened to his CD that I have of his. I've got a lot of CDs also of his. How any business can effectively use the internet. And the song for $295 it says here, but it was part of it. I don't know, whatever. A lot of great information, and it was pretty old. I think it was like 5 years old, and the information that he was sharing 5 years ago it's it's right on. At any rate, I was listening to that, and I took this note that I had written as if Dan Kennedy was sending it to me or saying it to me. Small Biz David, I'm happy that Bill, Corey, and I were able to validate your current business model in this CD from over 5 years ago. Basic business marketing is timeless. Those are my words that actually got Dan Kennedy's signature. Dan, you signed my copy. Thank you. You can have the ticket to the event. Thank goodness I was given a ticket. $49. Anyway, I walked in. It took me extra long to get there for whatever, the weather, I don't know. And I walked in and I said, you know what, I really, I know Dan's the kind of guy that might be kind of lingering around the audience, but take a look. And I'd never actually met him before. I knew what he looked like, but I never had met him. And then I just kind of turned around, and there he was walking to the room. He was doing a presentation that day. He was walking into the room, and I went up to him and shared a few words. That's what I got. Oh, he actually signed that with this fountain pen, as a matter of fact, because, and then I remember it, because I gave him the pen to sign it with, and he said, do people still use these anymore? And he and I are about the same age, and people don't use these anymore, but I've always enjoyed them, and he made the comment that he signed it. So I said, well, take that pen and sign this for me. So here's his signature, along with his ticket, along with the CD, left inside of his book. Actually, thank you, Dan Kennedy, for a lot of good information, and I've had a lot of Dan Kennedy type experiences over the last 4 or 5, not more than 5 years. And we'll probably catch our attention on something in the